I actually want to say something. All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of To Be Frank. I got I'm high. Hello. We fucking got really ripped before this, so it feels good to be back, guys. What's up, Josh Kabaza in the studio?
Nate Marshall.
No, I know that.
I thought you forgot.
No, I know that. I just fucking I'm so high. I was just like, wait a minute. We're Nate Marshall though. Thanks for running me. I almost said Nat Coleman, and I was like, that's not right. Guys, nice round of applause for Nate Marshall.
Yeah. Dirty Puffco.
It's all right, dog.
Can I show that? Is it okay?
Go ahead. Yeah, you can show it.
It's disgusting.
No,
it looked way cleaner when I was packing it up, and then I looked at yours when I got here. Embarrassed now.
Yeah. I'm not clean about anything. You can ask my wife, but this is the one thing that I am clean about.
I do better. I do better most times.
Nice. But yeah, before we get into it, I wanted to say we were talking about how this stand-up and stuff, it is about helping your boys. Like, even when you make it, helping your friends is what you're supposed to do. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of people don't. A lot of people start getting successful and turn shitty.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's weird to watch, especially when it's somebody you knew and they just start acting different, but you feel it. But yeah,
it's like seeing someone go to the dark side.
Yeah,
that's happened to me once. I don't want to get too specific, but I saw someone like, it was like right before they started opening for someone big, and then literally like a couple days like after they got back from like their opening weekend, and that was just like, oh shit, you could just see it, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. I saw when someone just started getting booked on bar shows. You know how you get into like a big city, it's just like you're just micing forever, and then out of nowhere, it seems like, all right, we'll give you bar shows regularly. He got there and just was like, who are you? But we were cool enough to the point where like I had been to his house for like Thanksgivings. He was like one of my first, when I moved from like the Philly area to New York, he was like one of my first homies. Started getting bar shows and switched up. So don't tell him what would happen if he got famous.
Yeah, where you're like, God forbid someone. So what happens when someone gives you like a movie deal or a bunch of money? You know,
even just a writing job.
100%
done.
He got a few drink tickets and he was like, "Fuck everybody."
He was like, "Fuck the old crew."
Oh my
I
God.
made it now.
Yeah, that is always just it's.
I always want to say his name when I bring up this story. I'm like fighting it. But it's not a big deal.
But I was saying how, yeah, it's like having someone to believe in you wholeheartedly. Like that's priceless. Like when I got into this before I moved to LA, I had a friend who got a job in LA.
Yeah.
And he was just like, "Come live with me.
Yeah.
Just get a job and then like I'll let you rent this room." And it took me a while to finally get a job and stuff, but he was always just like, "Yeah, that's cool."
Yeah,
like,
he didn't give a fuck.
No, he was just like, "Yeah, establish yourself," and I did.
Sometimes I feel like too, you get a bro who's like, "I'm gonna be lonely out there. Come with, like I want somebody to come with me to hang out." Did y'all like these games?
No, man, he was in his room the whole time,
all right,
just fucking playing. I think he was like a PC guy, but he was also, I think, much later told me he was just fucking watching like hardcore porn a lot. And I was like, well, that's cool, awesome. I didn't know you were going through like a debilitating addiction at the time.
That's my kind of guy.
Yeah,
just leave me alone. I'm in the room beating. It's a problem. I do actually. I feel like I got a porn addiction. I gotta knock it off.
What is it? Is it like, what is it like? Well, I think because I always crack jokes like that to my wife, and she's like, unless it's hindering your ability to day stuff, she's like, it's not. I don't think it's like a hardcore addiction. Like, are you running late to stuff? You know, or like, are you? Is it like, are you going from what? Like, if you're on an elevator and you're like from floor 1 to 26, then you're like, well, I got 25 floors.
No. I'm gonna say no to that, but it's like it's almost versions of it. Like my Instagram algorithm, if I open up my Explore page, I guarantee you it's 100% ass. Like it's like,
no, absolutely.
But I see people with like normal Explore pages, like dudes, and it's like I don't even understand how it's not all ass,
dude.
I can't rationalize it,
dude. I 100% get it. I remember I was going through my Explore page with my wife, was like in the room, and she didn't see anything. It was worse. She heard it, and it was just like you just heard a girl going. She was just like, And when I swallow, I kind of like it when, and then I was like, oh, and I just fucking like
Informational.
Yeah,
smart.
I was like, whoa! I just fucking lowered the volume, and she was like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I was like, "It was on my Explore page." She's like, "Dog, my Explore page is not like that."
What gets me, guy, is Spanish music. If it's Spanish music, she knows it's ass on my phone. There's nothing else that brings up Spanish music except ass.
There's like 5 songs where you're like, "Oh, you're watching a girl's ass."
Yeah,
Dude, there's times where I'm like, I have to put the glasses up because I don't want the reflection to hit. You know what I mean?
See, this is my world. I'll hit one of these. Just let it hang.
Oh my god!
Because she does it. I can like tell when she's doing it. I can tell when she's trying to. I think I've caught her trying to like take a picture of me with the glare because it's too small for her real eye. You know what I mean? The naked eye, so she can blow it up on the phone. Like I definitely I called it out. She started laughing. I was like, that's not what I'm doing. But the laugh, that's 100% what she was doing.
Yeah.
And then I just showed her. It's like, you're right. It's ass.
And then like you'll try to like go and like a bunch of other kinds of videos. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of pizza stuff, and then it's just pizza and ass.
Yeah. But that's a sick combo.
Yeah. Just a thick Italian chick with a pizza, and you're like, this is nice.
Someone told me a plan, and I this is how I know I'm not really ready to change. Is someone said just hit every time Instagram shows you ass, hit not interested, and I'm like, I can't. I physically can't bring myself to hit not interested on ass.
You like genetically,
It's
fucking,
like,
yeah.
This is all I'm interested in.
So I shouldn't admit this, but I'm gonna. There's like me and like a few. So it started off as me and my boy. We would always just talk about like thirsty chicks we would see on Instagram, right? And then we started sending each other reels of just thirsty chicks, right? No words, just chicks, right?
Yeah.
And then we found out there's another guy that we also did the same thing with my other friend. So then all 3 of us have just an Instagram chat where we're just sending each other just thirsty chicks.
Like chicks pretending to be like, here's my like nails, but it's titties or something.
100%. Or it's just chicks being like, these are these books that I like. And then it's just titties. You know what I mean? Or like... This other thing we started finding out, and this is where it's kind of, I don't know if it's weird or what, feels a little weird. Whenever I'm just like, all right, this is the thirstiest I've ever seen it. It's educational breastfeeding videos with fake babies, but real tits.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite Instagram genres right now. that and trial hauls that are sheer clothing. It's a big one. No one knows.
Oh my god, yeah, dude, yeah. I've been getting there is the sheer clothing explore page where it's just
titties. Like it's just titties with a thin layer of neon pink over it. It's
dude. There's
beautiful.
One where it's like trad wife thirst traps, and it's like the trad wife kind of shit, and then it's just sunlight, sheer outfits, and a whole lot of lips.
It's the best.
It's fucking crazy.
They're so creative.
It's I really
so goddamn creative. Sometimes I see like I might appreciate porn too much. That's the thing. I think it might not even be an addiction.
It feels like it's art.
It feels like it's art. I say that on stage. I talk about cum walks. I call it art. I think it's art. I know you don't know what that is probably. But
what, a cum walk?
Yeah.
What's a cum walk?
Exactly what it sounds like. I don't bust on a lady's face. She takes a walk down a busy street.
I've seen those videos.
They're the best. They're my absolute favorite thing. I talk about them too much. I'm trying to make it mainstream, or if it ever makes it to AVN, I want to present the award.
Oh, the Cum Walk Award. That's actually
so hyped to present the Cum Walk Award,
dude.
As long as they're not doing it right then and there, that would kind of bum me out. If they was fucking this close, just. That would actually.
You're like, here's your award, and then it's just you're like,
I feel like I can smell it from here, like,
and it does have a smell.
Yeah, and I'd be pissed if I just smelled some.
You're like, I know the hot dogs are made.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that's one of those. Have you met a porn star that you like have liked?
Yeah. Well, me and Lemaire, I don't know if he talked about our pod at all when he was on, but like, we have a pod called Panties in the Mouth. And in the early, it actually didn't have anything to do with porn at the beginning, regardless of how the name sounds. But in the early days, we were kind of just like booking porn stars because we met a lady. Her name is I don't think she cares what's her name. Her name's Lainey Spencer. She's like a porn, like an older porn ladies man, like publicist manager or something like that. So she would just like email us like, hey, we have so and so who did this. Do you want them? And we were trying to get Sarah J on our pod.
Oh my god!
So we had to like say yes to a bunch of others to get Sarah J.
The Queen, Sarah J.
And Sarah J. Like I am out of the three of us to do the pod, me, Lemaire, my boy Andy, my friend. I didn't say that earlier, but like I'm the biggest fan out of Sarah J. Out of all of us.
Yeah, she's done so much for the Black community. It's like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Sarah J.
In that order. In that order, exactly. Nothing in between. Nothing, you know.
The fourth honorable mention is that chick that got railed by all the cops at the police lady. You remember that? I have a bit about it. I
know you talk about though. I also agree with that. But fuck, what were we saying about? I can't remember the weed said.
Sarah J.
Sarah J. Oh yeah. So I go away to Nashville for some shows for like a week, and that's when they get the Sarah J's in town. So we battled through a bunch of other porn ladies, and then they got Sarah J. But I missed it, and none of them. I was the most excited I had been, and I was also so mad at them, but tried not to because it was like obviously we finally get a chance to get it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
but like we're texting, and I'm texting them. I'm like, yeah, I get it. You guys go ahead. You should do the podcast. And then I sent another text, especially if y'all want to stab me in the back like this. Like, and I'm like, no. But I was like for real pissed, but trying not to be. It was irrational, but
yeah. I've had friends that are also porn stars. Like I've met them, and then it was like you find out later they do porn, and you're like, fuck, that's real tough not to look.
I look every time. I look every single time.
A friend of mine was like, you got to support your friends. You got to support your friends.
And I don't think they give a shit at that point. Like once you start showing your body naked, I don't think you care like that if your friends know. As long as you're not a fucking weirdo about it.
Yeah.
As long as you don't go like, hey, so I was looking at your titties and coming last night. Like that's a wild thing to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Fun though. That'd be so fun. I was coming to you last. Now I'm just thinking about doing it to people I know. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna have to fight not doing it.
Oh my god. I got to meet. She did the roast battle. Oh god, she's a porn star. Very funny lady. She's been there a few times. Fuck, I can't remember her name is.
Porn star's been here a few
times. She judged roast battle on the mothership. Oh my god. Anyway, she usually is. She's been it for a while.
She's like a porn star, or does she just have OnlyFans?
No, she's a porn star. Now she has an OnlyFans, but she does both.
Okay.
But anyways, it was like cool talking to her, like meeting her and being like, holy shit. Like, but it's also like trying so hard not to be, a fucking like nerdy fan. Cause I'm sure they have to deal with that shit all the time.
Yeah.
They see the fucking weird guy who's like, I love your work. And you're like, that's a weird thing to shout to a lady.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do, when do you get a chance to say? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I like when people tell me they like my comedy.
Yeah. I
feel like that's a nice compliment.
Yeah.
You don't seem like you agree with me.
No, I mean, yeah, I think no, I it's not that I don't agree with you. I guess it's just kind of like
it doesn't feel like sexual harassment if it's your body of work. If I'm complimenting your body of work, it's not harassment.
If you say the specific title of the video they were, like I loved you on fucking, I don't want to give this title away.
Oh, because no, I
Family Ties, Baby King. No,
that'd be funny if that was actually a sneak hint.
Oh,
like in the video.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you listen to the new Kendrick album?
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it. I've listened to like the first 4 tracks.
I listened to it. There's some songs I really like. There's some I don't. That's it. Was a big Kendrick head at points in my life. Mm-hmm. I still think he's got 2 of the best albums all time.
Absolutely.
Kid, Mad City, Damn. What's it called? The one that has ADHD on it. I forget. Section 80.
Yeah,
amazing.
Section 80, amazing. Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as an album or not, but classics. But I don't know.
One of the best tweets I saw was Kendrick Lamar's new album's phenomenal. If you come from a middle class family and a solid, or if you come from a safe middle class white family,
The new Kendrick.
yeah, that shit made me laugh so hard.
Yeah, I don't know. It does feel like it's like that's kind of what it felt like to me. Is it's not like his edge is gone.
Yeah.
But even I felt that way during the beef. No one agrees with me. I obviously Drake didn't win because it's like boxing. If the judges say you lost, it's on your record as a loss. There might be people out there who are like, no, so and so got robbed. I kind of feel like Drake is in that fight got robbed, and I've been called a pedophile on the internet for saying that, and it's not a good. But that's just my opinion. I'm not going.
I've been called a pedophile on the internet. That's so fucking funny.
Just for that one opinion.
That is the funniest thing to see. Anyone who does disagree, immediately they're like, all right, you fucking pedophile. It is so fucking funny.
It's like, well, you can't win now. We're not playing on a fair field now. If that's my opinion, I'm a pedophile. It's devastating.
Oh my god, yeah. The whole thing was very. I mean, I was in LA when all the stuff was going down, and it truly felt like your team was winning the World Series. Like there was kids in high school all dancing to calling Drake a pedophile. It was pretty hilarious.
That's what bothers me about the beef. It's only that song that anybody actually likes.
Euphoria is great.
You don't even sound like you believe it.
No, I do.
Your voice went all high.
Euphoria was phenomenal. Euphoria was phenomenal.
I remember Euphoria made me so sad because I'm way more of a Kendrick fan than the Drake fan. But I remember I sat on my balcony. I started smoking. I put on my headphones and I was like ready to take it in when it dropped because I was waiting after the Drake shit. I was like, all right, I can't wait for Kendrick. We've been waiting for this. And I put it on. It starts off with that slow singing, whatever shit he's doing in the beginning. And then I caught myself I was zoned out. I was so uninterested. I just thought I was just bored.
Yeah.
I was just bored. And then he also said a line that makes me sick. He said, we hate the women you fuck because of something and the culture's feeling that. And I'm like, if there's anything I like about Drake, is how many bitches he gets. And it's that's doesn't even feel hip hop to me to go, I hate the bitches you fuck. That don't make sense in my mind, but everybody's like, no, that's a cool ass thing to say about another rapper. I hate that you fuck bitches. It's like, since when?
I dislike the women you fuck.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares what the women he fucks? That's crazy. I don't know. That's a wild thing.
You fuck ugly bitches.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah,
he doesn't. He historically doesn't. He historically fucks all of the baddest. Everybody that you're like, I wish I could fuck her. Drake
who has
fucked
Drake fucked?
I mean, I could. For me, Serena Williams is enough.
He had sex with Serena Williams?
Yeah, for a while, I believe.
Wow. I guess that's what the line. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was in 2013, 14, time like that. I think he was smashing her. I mean, there's probably others that don't come, but that one's a big one. That's a huge one. You hate Serena Williams? Kendrick?
No, I love Serena.
I'm asking you, Kendrick. I'm just playing. I don't want no problems.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. I big Kendrick Lamar fan, but I did just like the discourse around it. I think Yasir Lester, or no, it was either Yasir Lester or fuck. I can't remember who the other comic was. Someone had a great tweet about they were like, it was right when the beef started. They're like, damn, Kendrick's about to call him a pedophile over smooth jazz. And then the first song he came out with was smooth jazz, and I was like, he did call him pedophile over smooth jazz. That's so funny.
Did he call him a pedophile on Euphoria? He waited. That was another thing. He waited. Been bringing that out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. As a roast battle guy, I kind of like the way he did it.
Like saving your biggest one for last.
Because he even said it. He was like, don't tell lies about me. Won't tell no truths about you. So it was just like. He waited. He even made another line where he was like, "What did he say?" He goes, "He was like, I can elaborate on that later." And he had kind of made a throwaway about him being a pedophile or liking younger women.
You said, "Don't tell no lies about me. I won't tell no truths about you." And then he lies about Drake having a daughter and talks to her for a whole song, and that should be an automatic L. But because we all love Kendrick, I don't like seeing someone lose undeservedly.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
it's because I feel overlooked in my life. And I just don't like. I mean, Drake hasn't been overlooked, so I don't know. But I was in my head like that should be a major L. Like because we all like everybody likes to hate Drake because he's Drake.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to hate him during that, but I just if it wasn't fair, I didn't want to give it to him. In my eyes, I'm not saying everyone's wrong, but in my opinion, making a whole song about
false information,
and then talking to the daughter that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
No, absolutely,
it's hilarious to make that mistake.
I do get that, but there is this other side of me where it's like, I guess I'm thinking in like when I think of like in a roast battle terms is like. So, like, when you're going against someone, is like you try to use all the information you have, right? Some people try to give you false information. So it's like, is it his fault for falling into false information, or is he also not doing like he did the best of his ability with what he had, like with what the information he was given?
He could have went right for pedophile.
He could have
instead
went
he
right
dug deep. Instead he dug deep and was
yeah.
like, "Here's let me tell your daughter how a real man talks." And it's, she doesn't exist.
Yeah,
that's a big L to me. But
no, I get it. Yeah.
I'm a pedophile again now. I guess. So, please don't clip just that one part. That's the whole clip of the episode. I'm a pedophile.
Oh my god, that shit fucking cracks me up so hard. So do you guys all came up together, you and Lemaire and all those and Gardini and stuff?
I met Gardini like 5 years ago now. Me, Lemaire, and everybody like from our group, me, Lemaire, and Shane all started in like central Pennsylvania together. And then, started like taking trips to like Philly or Baltimore or Jersey because it was kind of like easy to get to all of those places in like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. And so started with them. Then once going to Philly, met like Matt, Tommy, O'Connor, all of them. But like, all known each other for fucking forever.
Nice.
It's crazy how long. Like, it's kind of like just within the last few years hit me like how your comedy friends become like your real friends.
Your family?
They're like like that's who. Like I have two friends from back home that I still, they're like super close to me. But past that, everyone else that I thought would be like somehow part of my life is like, nah, these are my people now. These are my family now. We fucking moved to Texas together.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It gets weird to the point where it's like you see these people so much every day that it's like, oh yeah, I see them more than I see my family.
Yeah. Like, especially now, like I'm not going home for Thanksgiving. That's wicked too expensive. Like I can't do that.
Yeah.
Or Christmas after that, I'll be homeless in no time.
Yeah.
So I'll, FaceTime.
Yeah. It's easy. Technology's nice. Yeah. So who do you think would win in a fight between you and Gart? No, I'm just kidding.
That's so funny. Because I want to tell the listeners, me and Gardini, he was just on our podcast, so we talked about it a little bit. We had a crazy fight in front of everyone at the mothership on fucking, what was that, Saturday night?
Yeah, and it was so funny because literally 2 days before that, I got into a crazy shit. Like my friend got into a crazy shit from visiting from LA. Got into a crazy shouting match with me in Mitzi's in front of everybody, and I was just like, "Dude, fucking shut up, dog! What are you doing?" Yeah.
There was some bad juju floating around in the air. We need to sage Mitzi's. We got to sage Mitzi's.
It's just a bunch of just dudes being fucking brothers and just fucking drinking. And just that's all it is.
Yeah, no, we were like we talked. That's the thing, like. We talked that night, and we were like after we all left. We talked. We were cool before we went to sleep. We had a dumb moment where we were like texting about what happened, and he asked me something, and I was like, "Nah, I'm at home crushing Wendy's," and he was like, "I'm having Wendy's too." It was just like a gay ass brother moment. I'm like, I did the exact same thing.
Yeah, I got to go back to LA and talk to my brother.
Oh, y'all ended on like the argue?
No. So it was just kind of like it ended on an argument like about a month ago.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was just like, well, I'm gonna be on the road. I'm not really gonna be back here in a while. So it's like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna like, who the fuck? Like, I don't ever have to come back here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'll avoid you till I die.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, all right, whatever. You could fucking have this place. I'm just gonna go and fucking go to Austin and do a bunch of spots.
Yeah.
And then so it's been just for like a month, and then we ran into each other, and he was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then I was just like, "Yeah, man, I don't like you." And then we just fucking got into it, started arguing about dumb shit, and then he was drunk and I wasn't, and then I realized he was drunk and was like, I don't want to fucking. We don't need this to be a big thing. And then he
had the moment of reason in you.
Not even the moment of reasoning.
I mean, like the no booze.
Yeah. But he also did yell at me and was like, he was like, "We're fucking friends, man," and I was like. Yeah, you're right. We are friends. I owe you a fucking conversation at least.
Yeah.
To tell you why I'm so fucking mad at you.
I know that hits you too. Like, we're fucking friends. That's what I was trying to say with me a Gardini argument. I was like, yo, I love you. I said it like 40 times. Like, I love you. Why are you being don't want to. I'm gonna keep this monetized. Yeah, we were. But I do. I love that guy.
Yeah,
he's like one of my favorite people.
No, yeah, 100%.
Oh, when does this come out?
Oh God, I don't know.
Because we're gonna be on the road. I was gonna hit the dates.
Oh yeah, plug it.
December 8th. Fuck, I forget which spots where. December 8th.
And I can always just drop it early if you want.
December 8th, 10th, and 11th. I think it's Cleveland, Buffalo, Baltimore. Those dates in that order.
Are you going with?
Okay, cool. Sean. Yeah, it was Sean, but yeah, I'm going with him.
Oh, okay. So at the end of it, are you guys gonna?
That's what we talked about yesterday. We were saying that yesterday. We're like, you were probably gonna fight on the road.
And it's also so funny too, because me and my friend were like fighting, and I was just like, we're both in our 30s. We're not gonna what are we gonna do? Fucking punch each other? Like we're fucking we both have bad backs. You've lent me your back warmer. Like it's like we're not.
Yeah. But were you there when people were trying to get us to actually fight?
Yeah, I heard that. That was actually really, really funny. That made me laugh so fucking hard. Are
you guys going to keep arguing or are you just going to fucking fight?
Dude, friends are the fucking worst.
They're so fucking shitty.
Because it's also it's so funny because everyone there is all all the security is all jujitsu wrestlers. So they do this shit. They fight for fun with each other Tuesdays through fucking Mondays.
Yeah.
Right? So we're all a bunch of fucking fat, overweight guys, that are funny. And then they're just like, yeah, just fight. And then we're just like, well, I don't want to.
I actually feel like fighting.
I don't want to hurt myself.
I'm having a good time yelling. No, I used to fight a lot when I was younger, and then I don't know. I got old, wanted to be funny.
Yeah, I got beat up a lot. All right, let's get into these. I was
beat up losing fights, or beat up
cousins. A lot of cousins. Yeah, cousins.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, no, are you kidding me? Dude, there's so many of them. All right, these are questions my wife wrote. The question master.
You almost said questions.
Questions.
That's crazy.
These are questions my wife wrote. I call her she's been coined the question master by Matt McCusker. So yeah, what is one meaningful piece of advice you've gotten in your life, and how has it been meaningful?
I mean, one that came, I guess what came first to my mind was fuck him. This dude, his name's Randy Tong. He don't do comedy anymore. He used to. I always thought real good when I started, but I did a show. Bombed. I was probably maybe a year in. He had been doing it a few years, and I was just real bummed, like night ruined, kind of bummed, because it was a spot that I had been trying to get at a place I've been trying to do spots, and then bombed, and he just was fuck him, because fuck the people in there at that time, fuck them, because the people in that room right then and there couldn't do anything for me. They're not making you. You're bummed. Because of, just things you can't control, things that won't affect you. Just don't, let it not stress you. It's only going to make it worse. But that in itself, turned into a bunch of, I go out there and say, fuck them, even when it does matter to me now. And it, brings me a peace. I'll be in my head, first time doing a theater show, I was just in the back, shook, but, fuck them. What'll happen? And I mean, what'll happen is you bomb in front of
Oh,
4,000 people.
yeah,
To be really bad. But
yeah.
if I can make my brain think like, what's going to happen? I bombed before.
Have you bombed in front of 4,000 people?
I won't say I've had sets that I won't be like, I loved it, but I don't think I flat out bombed.
Oh yeah.
But also I've had some that I'm like, fuck. But it's usually the same circumstance because I'm doing like my 10 I trust on those because that's and but the thing that does suck is like a lot of times I usually go first, maybe second on those sometimes, so when I'm going, it's everybody still coming in. And just like
opening band.
So I hear that. I hear what I get from them in that moment. And I get DMs and shit that are like nice, that make me feel good about my sets afterwards. But in the moment when I get up and then like I'll close, the close will feel good, but I'll be thinking about the shit earlier. I'll bring up the next person. I just hear the sound they're getting. And just like they have like an audience that's like now seated and the lights are fully off. And it's just like I get in my head about but that's
like the team shit where it's like I'm playing my position.
Yeah. And then I mean I got other times where it's I get the nice spot and it's like, yes, this is the best feeling on the planet.
You're like, this fucking rips.
But I don't think I've had any like that was a bomb. Like people were like, that guy was ass. They were like, oh, he was fine.
Boo.
Which feels like a bomb to me, but
yeah. Anything that's not like a crush, you're like, even if it's just okay, you're like, this fucking sucked.
The only time I don't get like that is if it's new. If everything I'm trying, if I'm like, this whole set is new shit, if I get like, that's fine on all new, I'm like, all right, there's something there. But
because you're working.
Yeah, but past that, if it's like, if I'm just trying to do my bits that I want to kill myself. I don't even like telling them the next day. It's like, nah, these stink. I stink. I'm a fraud.
How do you like coming up at the mothership?
I've been having fun.
It's terrifying going up front of Adam, right?
Yeah. Like, I ain't gonna say terrifying. Terrifying is not the word I want to use, but it is stressful because it's like before I got past there, I was making a joke to like other comics about how it's so funny that the whole city is just full of people. Like, I really want them to like me. Just have like 5,000 people, and that's all. Like, they're just like, they all have the same thought. It's like, I want this one guy to like me so much.
It's the funniest thing.
But I mean, I do try to trust myself. Like yesterday, we went like one right after each other. Like I had just new stuff, and I had been going up later on cruise. I think they're changing the structure of it, but I had been going up later. So Adam was always gone, and I was having like this piece of just throw shit at the. I went up like the last 2 times, just no bits. Just that's how I like to write. Is like just an idea and talk about it on stage and record it and listen to it, and usually he's not there, so it's no pride. Like I don't just go up, stink up the joint trying to fucking freewheel it, and he was there, and that was my plan, and I wasn't expecting that to be, But I was like, well, he's here. I don't have anything else. I'm not gonna go up there and do a bit on cruise show that he's seen. So I did it. It was fine. I feel like I'm actually getting comfortable. I wasn't comfortable for months, and I feel like I'm starting. I feel like people there know I'm not bad now, so it's like. I'm getting comfortable. I've done good in Fat Man's, and like I feel like once you do that, they're kind of like, okay, all right, you're not just a Joe Schmo or whatever.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Since it's a new place, for me, since it's a new place, it definitely feels like there's this like pressure.
Yeah,
because it's like coming from the store.
Yeah,
and like. Anything that Adam gives me always feels like it's like I never want to feel expected. I'm always just like I appreciate any spot, anything you give me. So I always feel like I'm always having to like not prove myself, but I'm always having to be like, I'm always feel like I'm having to prove myself, especially these new door guys and everybody, because it's like these all are. I don't want these guys to think I'm one of the guys from LA who fucking sucks.
Yeah. I get you. I get that. I kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I'm high and I got started zoning because you said a thing and it was like just happy to be there doing your thing. But I do feel like I've talked to like I'm trying to do the same thing. Like I get my one spot and I'm very grateful for it. Like I didn't have that one spot for months. I've been down here since March and I've been trying to get past. Obviously since Adam knew me, it wasn't like it was a different type. It wasn't like waiting for the mic. It was like. doing sets in front of them and then like getting a no or not getting anything and just being like, fuck, I'll never get it. So
Yeah.
like now I'm passing. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I got one spot. Like, no, I'm extremely grateful for this one spot. And it's, you know, sometimes more. Sometimes I get lucky, get a fat man. Sometimes I get a fucking bucket. Like, you know, it's
feels like religion. You're just like, I gotta pray to pray to Adam.
But I mean, the hang is, I love mid-seas.
The hang's the best.
Mid-seas is the coolest fucking thing. Yeah, I've been liking it. I just I try not to put too much into. I know myself. Like if I put too much into anything mentally, it sends me down a dark place. Like before I got past, I was on the brink. I was full of so much just negativity, and I had to flip it in my head and just go overly positive. Like some of my friends been calling me no conflict Nate because I've been like lately because I've been trying to just be positive and I've been sticking with it since then because I was about to be in a real shitty, like dark, depressed place, and I just had to like do mental gymnastics to be like, nah, you know. I moved down here with my girl, made her move from everything to Texas.
So
just
tough.
To move down here and be miserable around there. Like,
does she like it?
She loves it down here.
Yeah.
She loves it. She's thriving. We got a dog.
Oof.
But
I would love a dog.
The dog was more for her than for me because she doesn't leave. Like she works from home and I'm gone.
Same thing. My wife works from home.
So like that's kind of are y'all gonna move like live down here? Or are you still gonna be doing the back and forth?
Probably back and forth. I'm thinking like she says she wants to be here like a week and a weekend out of the month, and then I want to be here 2 weeks out of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sheesh. That's a lot of travel.
I know, but it's a lot of stand up time.
It's the gig. You still get up at the store too?
Yeah, I still go to the store.
Yeah, you can't not do that.
Yeah, and the spots there are like fun. It's just there's a lot more people, less spots, and it's also like, you know, here I walk around. It's not just about spots at the mothership when I come here. It's also spots just everywhere else.
Yeah, it's crazy how many clubs are down here.
Yeah,
like people want this to not be like cool like it is down here. I was doing Skankfest. And I was talking to like some of my comics I know from the East Coast, and they all were like, "How is it down there?" And I could tell they just wanted it to be my answer to be, "It sucks."
Yeah,
it was like, "Yeah, I heard it's not as many spots." Like before I even answered, like I heard it's not as many spots as you hear there is down there, and it's like, no, it's a shit ton of spots down there.
Here's the thing, and this is where it's like it gets weird because I also don't want to be like mean, but it's like when people are like, there's not a lot of spots around here. It's like, well, you know, if you're like good, like.
Yeah, if you're bombing, there's not a lot of spots.
It is. Yeah. But it's also like, you also got to like reach out and do the work. That's also the big thing too. Like there's people who like don't get any of the spots, and there's so many people who get spots who just are bugging the shit out of people, and they may not be as funny, but they're just bugging the shit out of people. Yeah.
That's one of my biggest flaws in comedy. I hate asking.
I know,
but everything shows that that's the wrong thing to do. You got.
You know who doesn't hate asking?
People who suck.
Unfunny fucking people.
They love asking.
Like
I get guilty. I feel I was just I haven't really been. You've done Roscoe's. Oh yeah, I saw you at Roscoe's. That's where we were hanging. But that time when I ended up doing it, I wasn't supposed to. I'm not usually booked there, but I was trying to get in there. I knew Lemaire was there, Liz was there, and Mike was there. And I just went to hang, and two of them couldn't make it. So, like, it just worked out that I got the spot and got the thing. But at first, Lemaire tried to get me, and I could tell they didn't want to. And then just, like, I got, like, 3 people being like, Nate. And then they were like, fine. Like, we'll throw them up. And, you know, it went fine.
They were like...
Yeah.
That's how it always is, man.
Yeah. But even then, I was like, you don't got to ask Lemaire. He was like, no, come on. I'm going to ask for you. And I was like, all right.
Because you got to think about how many times... they've been burned by that. You know what I mean? Like, put them up and they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
The guy's just like fucking rough. All right. When you were a kid, was there a fictional character you wanted to be when you got older? And do you still look up to that character?
Oh, I mean, this might be a lame answer. I can't think of one. I can't think of a fictional character I wanted to be. Like, I wanted to be like...
Doesn't have to be fictional. It could just be a real person.
Yeah, it was I mean, 50 was the man. I kind of wanted to get shot. I definitely wanted to get shot
As
once.
a kid.
Yo, when I think back to some of the shit I thought as a kid, it's ridiculous. Like I was convinced. Like I'm goofy and shit now. Like but for like a small period of my life, I probably grew out of it when I was like 16, 17. But I was in the dumb shit. So there was like a period of my life when like I was like 13, 14. I was like, I'm going to get locked up one day. It's just what happens to black men. We get locked up. And like I was convinced that was going to be it was happening. I was like thinking of how like I think of this for real. Like this, I'm not trying to be funny. It's like I just used to think that was definitely going to happen. I don't know. I wanted to be all my life. I wanted to be a gangster, and then I was like, "That's retarded. That's fucking retarded." I remember it was like 10th or 11th grade. 10th grade is when it first hit me. We were supposed to we were like something was happening after school. We were all gonna fight, and my homie Kashif, he had a little 22 on him, and he was just showing me, and I was like, I thought we was just fighting. Like, I remember having that thought. And I didn't say it out loud. I was, doing it like, all right, cool, good look. But in my head, just being like, no, I don't like this anymore. I used to like fighting because I used to lose constantly. But because I've always been short, but I would always fight people bigger than me. So it was like, because you lose, but it's not, you don't.
But you win respect.
You don't lose. You don't lose. And you're not like so-and-so got it. Like, they're not like Nate got the shit beat out. I'm like, they're like, damn, Nate's crazy. He fought so-and-so. Like, it was a foolproof plan. I get the ass whooping, but still get the credit. Can't beat it. Jeez.
What other dumb things do you think you believed in that was like ridiculous?
Ridiculous. I think I'm smarter than I actually am. So it's hard for me to think about something like that. Also, I mean, that's just what stands out to me. That old shit. I could elaborate on all the things that encompass going to jail that I thought were like things I was definitely going to participate in and then didn't. But it's just, all of that shit. Murder. I'm laughing because I've told this to my older brother because he could kind of recently.
You were a kid and you're like, I'm going to commit murder in prison.
I thought I was going to go to jail and I thought I was going to commit murder. But me and my homie.
Were you like, I can't wait to shiv someone?
No. Actually, getting stabbed always. Getting shot didn't always seem scary. Getting stabbed.
Yeah, it's the worst.
But I made a plan. This is like a real thing. When I was like 14 or 13, my homie had a stepdad, probably just like his. I think it was going, if I'm remembering right, it was just his mom's boyfriend at the time, but piece of shit dude, treated him shitty. And the one day we were just smoking and we just really at 14 or 13 came up with a terrible plan to kill his stepdad. It was when I think of the plan now, it was so bad.
What was the plan?
All right, so the plan was because sometimes he'd be there by himself, and both of those homies they've done both things. They've done.
They went on to bigger, badder things.
Yeah. But I started being a pussy, and but I don't even want to say their names. But the plan was don't. Me and the one that it wasn't his stepdad. We were going to come over. The one that wasn't his stepdad, his brother had a couple guns or whatever, and we were going to come. We were all going to kill him, going to shoot him while he was napping or something. And then, we'd leave the front door open, and my homie whose stepdad it was would go upstairs and just pretend to be asleep. And then when his mom came home and freaked out, he would just come downstairs and be like, "What happened?" That was the real plan. I don't know why that plan. I guess you.
By the way, that never would have worked.
It would have never worked.
Never would have worked.
It would have never worked. It wouldn't have worked for 1 second.
Because also, what, you didn't hear the gunshot go off or the door go get you?
I was sleeping. Taking a nap.
That is so wild.
Yeah.
it does make me laugh how bad that plan was. I don't think, and I know that sounds crazy, or like I feel like that sounds insane, but remember, I didn't do it. And I don't know. I was a kid. I was like, I mean, I wasn't that young. I was 14. I'm not a psycho. I just told a story about planning to kill somebody. It does sound kind of crazy, but we didn't.
No.
We
But
didn't actually.
But being a kid and planning to kill a shitty boyfriend of someone's mom isn't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like they made plot. It's a plot point in the movie. Yeah. I think
It's a Tyler Perry movie. It's a full Tyler Perry movie. Someone's gay.
The one who pulls the trigger. All right. What's something you value but struggle to actually live by?
Value but struggle to actually live by. I don't know. I want to use the Kanye line. I'm gonna use time to my advantage and think about my answer to this question. I don't value, but like, cause I try, my answers make me feel like a piece of shit.
No,
in my
go
mind,
ahead.
like I feel like I try to live by everything that I value. Like I go out my way to exist that way. I try to be a good friend. I try to be honest. I try to, and I think I'm those things to a fault almost. Like I'll like do something that I think is shitty to like a friend that they didn't know of, and I have to tell them because like if I'm talking about somebody in the room that I do like, and then they like this happened actually with Sean. That's not the time you saw us fight. We fought like a month ago. We fought like a month ago, just like that in the mothership. But we had no witnesses. It was just like me, Lily. My little sister was visited. Like it wasn't a lot of people, but we had like one of those same level fights. Same thing, drunk, fighting over nothing, and fuck whatever. Oh, but we were in the green room at mothership talking about it, and then me and Lily, and then he came in. Me, Lily, and like Lily, somebody else, and he came in, and they stopped talking, and I just had to be like, we were just talking about you. Like I can't sit with that in my and. Trying to think what values on like I got little shit like I think porn's bad, but I fucking watch it every day.
Wait, you think porn's bad?
I don't think it's good for you. I actually think I think too much porn is very bad for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think like porn should be like the way like drinking should be. I also drink all the time, but I think it should be like a very rare, like every now and again thing you do. You never just watch porn and just feel like you're like mentally depleted.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, like you just like I used all of my dopamine. Just while I was taking a shit, just scrolling.
Wait, you watch porn while taking a shit?
Yes. You never open up Reddit while you're taking a shit, and then you're like, "Well, now I'm on Black Titty World," and just
all right.
That's what I mean. I don't mean like I went to X videos. And
you were like shitting, and then you're like, "This is how I jerk off."
Yeah. No, it's just like.
Oh, are you saying do I ever just casually watch porn?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like
not Reddit, not Twitter.
Nah, like there's times where like I'll like if I'm like sometimes I'll warm up the engine. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, all right, cool, and then I'll get let's start to get into it. You know what I mean? But it's like most of the time I watch it, I'm trying to come.
See, this is why I say I have a problem. See, sometimes I watch it just
the casual.
Just I'm sitting down, holding my phone, and it's just like it's just so.
What if someone's behind you?
No, I mean like while I'm shitting or like I don't know. I'm not gonna have it while somebody's behind me. There better be a wall back there. I actually open my Reddit so wild that like I don't open Reddit that often.
No, but I get that.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's why I think I was showing you a video on my phone and you were like, man, this privacy screen's wild.
No, I just got rid of one. I don't think that was me. I wouldn't have said that.
No, because I had this, right? And I was showing you my phone and you're like, whoa, this privacy screen's wild.
Maybe. Was I fucked up?
Yeah.
Because I had, my last screen cover was a privacy screen. Yeah. I used to get that shit and I hated it.
I love it, dude.
Yeah. Somebody took a picture of me while I was on a plane, like my boy Andy, and I had my phone up and I knew what I was just looking at before the picture, but it wasn't on my screen anymore. But I was like, damn, that could have been bad. 'Cause he posted it on Instagram and shit. I was like, that could have been rough. And then it made me. And then I said something about it, and then like somebody tweeted privacy screen. Didn't even know they existed until that shit.
Yeah, this is
they're huge.
Oh my god, huge.
Yeah,
so confident, it makes me kind of want to start watching porn casually in public.
Do it, brother. So free. Just open Reddit. Let whatever comes.
There's There's a Instagram profile. I can't remember what it's called, but I followed it, and I think it's like Puppies and Jugs or some shit. But it's a profile, an Instagram profile. All the cover pictures are puppies, but if you click on the post and swipe to the right, it's just hot chicks and tits.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, so it's like if your wife's or anyone's ever watching you when you're looking and scrolling through Instagram, it's like, oh, I was looking at puppies, and then it was like,
see, I'll be honest. I think that's for kids. I think that shit's for kids. I think it's somebody who's like, oh, kids will use this. They'll look at tits right next to on their iPad next to their mom and think about it later, and because you might have like the parental shit. Yeah. I think that shit like YouTube has a lot of porn shit that I like know is for kids, like try-on hauls where it's like just titties and shit.
Dude,
in it.
there's so many like they'll like random videos will pop up on YouTube where they show where it's like they're like, this is a kid show, and then like the parents will play it and then they leave and then like wild shit will start to play and you're like, oh whoa.
I think that's like a thing, like how I feel like I was watching something where like that's how they like people use that thing to get kids into other things.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, to start like mind fucking.
100%. Before you know it, they're fucking TikTok dancing and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
or just some super hard or super like right or left version of like an extreme thing.
Yeah. Fucking the Veggie Tales, but liberals.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Conservative Veggie Tales.
Yeah. So somewhere's like, yeah, we are superior. Just that kind of shit.
All of a sudden, your 7-year-old kid's speaking Spanish. You're like, we got to stop showing Dora the Explorer. All right, last one. What do you think the current state of your home says about you?
Ooh. I mean, right now, it looks like I'm trying to hide weed from my landlords because they got to come in. I just have blankets over all this weed stuff because they got to come in. I don't know. My shit's not. It looks like I have a woman that lives with me.
Nice.
It's in pretty decent shape.
That's good. It's always tough hiding the weed stuff.
The weed stuff.
When the landlord comes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have plants in LA, like sometimes I'll grow.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Yeah, I'll grow on like my patio, but you're not supposed to have them at my apartment. So I don't do it anymore. But for
That
like
sucks.
for like a solid couple, like a month and a half, I was like, fucking, just moving like a 6-foot plant around, trying to hide it from your neighbors and shit.
What's their reason for like saying no to have it? Like it seems like it's super legal.
Just building stuff, but also it smells super loud.
Okay.
That's the thing.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it gets. Oh, dude, so nice. Is
That's the worst part about being down here to me.
The weed's bad?
It's not that the weed's bad. I've come across decent weed. It's just, I don't know. I don't like the idea of being paranoid about it again. Like if I'm driving to like Houston,
it's the fucking worst.
Now I can now it's a felony to have a vape pen on me. Like that's crazy to think about. But
especially coming from California, where it's literally like you can just walk around, smoke weed, walking around. Then you come to Austin, and it's like this will change your life.
Yeah, like this will, and not for the best. Like
no.
Yeah, same thing like
That's
New
why
York
I wear
and
my
Jersey.
mothership hat.
I mean, I honestly think that I should think about that. That probably helps.
Dude, someone told. Well, actually, I don't want to tell the story on the pod, but yeah. All right, anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Pandas in the Mouth podcast with me, Lemaire Lee, and Andy Malafarina. My Instagram is that Nate Marshall. Twitter is that Nate M. All that shit. I got my link tree with dates in my Instagram profile. Please come to a show.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Call You X-Rats. Thank you, Puffco. Yep. Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys.
Ooh, that was fun.
Ooh, that was fun.